Okay, now, I don't know why. We're noting viewers, you're live. What does this say over here? This is really, really weird. Really nervous today. So how do I chat with everybody? Let me see what happens if I chat. What happens here? Yes, so it says invite people as guests, but I think if you write out your questions, if you have any questions, what do I do? Why does my place look like this? Or don't you like the way it looks? Don't you love it? Don't you love the way it looks? I'm doing TikTok at the same time. I'm here on streaming on StreamYard. StreamYard, if you want to pick me up, to open me up to. Anyways, no time for promoting here. Welcome to the painted house. Because of what? Because of me. And my desire to know more about the alphabet, to know more about how is it that we all have, how is it that it's written that not only have 8 billion people implanted their life onto this planet at this moment, but for all of those who can understand the words I speak, that the words that have been repeated, mentioned, heard, and then again processed and thought about. And the thing is, how do we all have a personal connection to the Creator, of which name is the soul? To note that if you are English, the Creator is within the soul. The name is within the soul. Why do I say this? Where do I get my information from? Sorry about this on YouTube. I'm right here on TikTok right now. So where do I get my information from? The transparency of the Creator, the one who drew up the blueprints, the one who put it into progress. It's your name. It's your name. It's in the game. It's all the same. No one to blame. AM begins at night. 8 hours a night, 16 hours a day. PM is at night. Right? PM is noted at night, but it starts during the day. All around the world. The word âme, A-M-E, in French, is soul. I'm on TikTok if you want to join me, because I'm playing at the counter right now, sharing it for those on YouTube. Deck of cards, telephone, casino games, sports. Numerology is the backbone for the recipe of creation. I'll be there in a minute. I want to see if I can point this at the floor. Do you see this? Binary code. When they took the penny off the market. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. You pay 5 cents. Over here you pay 10 cents. 8. Sorry. This one here, 6, 5, 8, 7. This one here, 4. This one here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I get that one right? Hold on a second. Okay, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. That's what it is over here, right? And then it continues. This one over here, 4 dots. Those dots. Instead of going right from the heart position, we go over and encompass the area 2 by 2. 3 by 3. Earth 3 by 3, Mars by 22. 33 Earth, 22 Mars. 8. The 8 and the 27. 27 and 8. Remember that. Equals to 35. 1.25 times 28. The heart of these. Sorry, it's not that easy. How is everybody? Sorry about that I'm doing the work on the other side for 5 minutes. I'm just having a little trouble. A lot of energy. Too much. To believe so high-heartedly. It'll take 5 minutes, it'll go away. A little anxiety. Can you tell me something about this while you think about it, and I'll come here and explain it. I'm going to show you more of the floor. different ways of encompassing area space. 111 and 37. 148. August 14th. Matrix. Second silver. Venus. Mars. The roulette table. Blackjack. Craps. Amateur and professional. The rings of the Olympics. The 29th day of the year. Sorry, the 29th day of February. The 92nd day of the year, April 2nd, except in a leap year. It's April 1st. April 1st, when 1 and 4 come together, or 10 and 4 come together in CB codes, 10-4 codes. You got your ears on, ham radio, the single and double antenna of the anal cancel moon of Earth, and the 2 moons of Mars. The pig and the bunny rabbit. The 4th and the 12th sign. The 4th and the 12th sign in the game of pool. The 4th and the 12th, the purple ball, made up of red and blue. 40 and 27, 67. Number to the soul, number to water, 67. I'm just looking for something. Give me a minute. What's up? I'm doing a video, but I have to go to my car to get something. crazy. It has nothing to do with what's going on in the world. I'm just how numbers match up. It's just fucked up. So anyways, I'm gonna yeah, I'm not feeling too good. No, that's the anxiety. I'm not sure if I should take a little touch of nitro. Well, no, I'm going to finish it. I thought of it. So I took a shot of nitro. I have to just stay calm for 2 minutes. And I'll call you back. Well, that's what I've been doing here. But listen, I'm in front of it now, so I'm going to call you back. I'll see if just call me in 10 minutes. Okay, thanks. Bye. Yeah, it's hard to go on. I don't remember where I was, the 4 and the 12 in pool. I don't want to end this video. You just give me a few minutes to just get in line again. Just right. It's part anxiety. When I share something new that I just learned, for me, I'm not sure if it went by you so fast. When I said soul, AME in French is soul. We are in the E world. What is the E world? A, B, C, D equals to 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Where A, B, C equals to 6 and B, C, D equals to 9. Where A, C, D equals to 8 and A, B, D equals to 7. To where A and D equal to 5. To where B and C equal to 5, where we connect the after the death and before the Christ. 1423, created in the half-life. Fourteen and 23, 7 by 6 connects 4 and 2, 7 and 6 connects 13. Just give me 1 minute. I'll be back. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm starting to feel much better. Okay. And this is going to be more for the audience that that has never seen what I do. What I do, what you do, that you don't notice that you do, but every single word you speak, if I hear it or listen to it, somebody just sent me a message and used the word TON, meaning you're in French, right? But TON is also a ton, and that's 2000. Now, when we get into the year 2000, okay, which is going to be the year 5760, what are we going to do with that, right? That's not since the beginning of time. This is just the 5760 is the beginning of time. I think it was like Abraham, and the 2000 is after the death, AD. So are we living in the AD? Are we living in the BC of the D, or are we living in the AC of the D? How is our connection from the Jack of Life 6 touchdown on the 6th day, 144, 6 by 24, to where we get the extra point to the 7th gate? 7 times 24, 168 hours. 16, 4 by 4. 8, 4 plus 4, 16 and 8 equals to the 24th, and that is the 7th gate. Just give me 1 second. I think I lost my phone. You know, when you talk about A, B, C, D, if you want to talk about the singular movement of the king or the movement of the queen moves star-like. Where the queen moves star-like and multiple spaces, where the king, it's a single move. How the rook moves around. Do you see how the rook moves? The wing, a wing, a wing, a wing, they're all wings. One wing here, one wing here. 4 numbers and 4 numbers. Always leaving out this number here. I just connected the line here. That line shouldn't be here. It's an L and an L, 12 and 12, 12 and 12, 12 and 12. Where is 12? What is 12? What is 13? Where does 14 come from? Oh my God, what is 13.5, or what is 1, 3, and 5? Well, for those of you who know numerology, just a little bit, the basis of the alphabet, where A1 and C3 and E5. Can that be more the truth or not? Is A the first letter in the alphabet? Wait a second, you want to go to Chaldean? In Chaldean, I think the E is number 5. The C is number 3, so we still get ace, even in Chaldean. See where things change. those who don't know, today actually was yesterday. It's at 2:12 now, 132. So you know what it says. In basic terms, of course. The ABCD is the formula used that you see right here. It creates two wings. On one wing, thank God, the Lord left us transparency and left us a calculator with the information on it, right? Where one wing goes up here and the other wing goes here. And look, left numbers on it. Wow, left numbers on it. So if I go up there, this wing, right, I got 12 and 8, 20. And this one, I got 5, 11, 20s, 9 and 6, 15, and 3, 18, 20. Wait a second, 7, 8, 9, 24, and 6, 30. But here I only got 10. So now we have to see what's going on. What are the numbers? Now you see, thanks to the skin, thanks to the form they gave these numbers, they went to the astrological zodiac analytics. And then they called it the life path, giving a little bit of form to the backbone of what supports in order to connect them together. If I said to you, the rat and the horse, would you say they're enemy signs? And if so, how would you know? Would it be by their position? By their numeric position? You can have flour. Just how much do you need? And if I tell you I need a cup, what's a cup? How is a cup different from 500 milliliters? How can we tell all these differences? We figured out a way where there's certain words, magical words. Let's say 7. 7's like a magical word. They put it in a lot of places. And 7 what? 7 ounces? 7 grams? So now we know where the number is. We know what 7 does. If I need 7 grams, I'll now go, oh my God. I have to write this down. The counterpart. The counterpart of 23 up a level of 13 are the letters coming together, M and W. The 13th and the 23rd letter. 13, move up a notch. 1 and 3, 4. 2 and 3, 5. They moved up a level, right? They also fit together. The 4 and the 5 fit together right over here. Match it up. 9 areas. And what do we have here? What you don't see and what you do see, right? Hey, Lucy, what's going on? Right? See, you want to look at the areas here? Nothing in the center here, right? But look at this side. Something in the center. You know what this one compares to? This one over here. Take a look. I don't have anything in this corner. I have something in this corner. I have something in this corner. I have nothing here. I have 7 dots and 2 dots. Every single side of this cube is 9. Every side. Number 33. What about number 33? You want to know about number 33? It's right here. 33. We're not going to get into that right now. We're going to finish with the ABCD. Thank, O Lord, for releasing the door, letting it close a little bit so I can calm down and continue on with this video. Who is the Lord? Who is our God? Back to the soul and how we began. Is it the AM or the AME? At what point does E begin? At what point does E begin? Did you know that between A, B, C, D, right, the halfway point is 2.5? Ironically, Jack is 2.5. I'll just plug in the jack, right? Or I'll jack up the car. And if I was French, I would call it a valet. That would be Jack. And the J is the 10th letter in the alphabet. And that would be reverse Q. Okay, J reverse Q. I have J10 reverse Q, 17. Right? It's so ironic. 1 plus 0 is 1. The other one is 8. It's the 0, 1, 10 because the 8 plays the role right over here. That if we're going to understand the story, okay, that comes up from the analytics in your life path number, we also have to understand the backdoor to the reality of how everything comes together and how you become associated with this sign or that sign, other than the 1 and 7 out of 12, right? Because if you're the first in the 7th zodiac sign, that's at a 12. So if you're the first, you're 1 away from 12. 12th one, right? But the actual 12th, the 12th one, like if you start off as a horse, right? Your 12th zodiac sign becomes the snake. Between the snake 12 and the horse 1. Just because we're not in the year of that specific animal, if you're born in that year, that actually becomes your 1. And the pig now moves out of its position from where it is, and the snake is now in that position. If you were going one way, you'd go to the goat. If you were going the other way, you're going to the snake. Understanding how the spiral system works. If I'm doing this way, when I go backwards, it's going this way. So one is counterclock from one side and the other one is clockwise from the other side. Also noting the same time, I'll take these 4 and then I'll take these 4, right? And then I'll take these 4 and then I'll take these 4, right? So then I'll take this one and up. Do you follow how the rook goes all the way around? The rook is 1 over 2 up, 2 over 1 down. On this, I mean, I can go 2 over 1 up. I can go 2 over 1 up. I can go 2 over, what is it? Hold on. Start here, go 2 over 1 down. So you follow me. I was also talking about the year 5760, right? Okay. So now you know about little, so let me finish with the zodiac sign. So the goat would be number 2. I've been working with the system where Earth is 52 and right, and Mars is 51. And now there's a whole complicated bunch of things that go along to explain why it should be and why it shouldn't be certain things. Meaning, and we haven't come to this yet, meaning where I have blue, blue is for boy, boy is for, I have blue, right? And blue is supposed to be for boy, but that would be a BB blue, right? A baby blue, right? And that would be a 22. And then if I'm going to get 22 on the dice cube, I'm going to get this. So that's like a double Venus because I have to go to the crisscross, right? I'm going to have to connect them this way. The story has been told on the dice cube that this is 2 and this is the way it's done. It shows me 2 different kinds of 2s that I can do here. When it's this 2, the 4 will be on top. When it's this 2, the 1 will be on top. Well, also the 6, right? They're both the same. If I put the 6 on top, you'll take a look at it again. Right? You know the House of Kaaba, right? The one they walk around, Rubik's Cube. There's a whole story going on inside of there. A whole story going on. You know? Everything has a story to it. The 29th day of February, the 92nd day of April, the 273rd day of the year. All these days are very specific to the deck of cards. There's 13 cards in the deck. When you add up 1 to 13, it equals to 91. The 91st day is April 1st. But in a leap year, where February has 29 days, April 1st, which is the day of communication in 3 out of the years, right, becomes the 92nd day, to where the 273rd day, which is normally 9-3, which is the angels in the outfield, 3 power, right, equals to 9. Why? Because it's the 273rd day in the 9th month, 30th day, 9 and 3 come together. Now, the 273rd day is on September 29th, becomes 929. Now, what is that 9? 9 on this. Now, say it as you want. We're either going to use 2 or we're just going to use 1, because the 9 on this, right, is actually right over here. There's 8 numbers and 1. This number will hold itself in its own, and everything else in its circumference, should this be the black hole, it owns it all. Now, that would be up for discussion, of course. Now, if anybody has commented, I haven't seen any comments or any hearts, except you see those hearts going up there. I'm making myself some hearts. Okay, good for me. Transparency. Transparent starts with a T. T, you see, there's so many reasons why certain letters move their position, right, and tell different stories. Like the 5th position, if I'm crossing all over the 5th position, if I make a cross down this way, down this way, down this way, and down this way, I use that one 4 times. That's 20. The 20th letter is T one way. The other way it's G. Counting from Z that way or counting from A this way. Oh boy, now we're into gematria. Okay, we're into gematria. Just gonna have to show you this one design. I back everything up with artwork. There's artwork just about for everything. There's a design, there's a story, there's something somewhere. Oh my God, I don't think they let me show the overlays anymore. No, they want me to upgrade my account. I lost my my current plan doesn't give me 50. Okay, it doesn't give me any of this, and it's sorry about that. So if somebody wants to get me an upgrade onto this, I'd be able to share this. What I'm going to show you next. Just give me a minute. Let me look for my book. So no, let me finish with this, okay? Now I didn't show this, right? Did I show you this to you? All right. That's the way the rook moves. You see the 5 is one way, the 2 is the other way. When you're looking at the 5, right? That is the way, okay, we get 10 and 30. That's tennis. A, B, C, D is 10. 6, 9, 7, 8 is 15 and 15, so that's 30 and 10. We end up with tennis. All right, we end up with tennis. Do you follow me why? Because in tennis, our scoring is 15, 15, 10, and then game. Now, if you look at the 2, right, in the 2, we have 1, 2, I'm not sure if everybody gets to see this. In the 2, we have 1, 2, 3, and then 6. So we have 12. 1, 2, 3, 6. Then what we have, do not count the center. I'm just showing where they join, right? If I join them in the 5 area, I turn that L letter, okay, into a jack, into a J letter. If I cut it off and stop it at the 8, it becomes the U. Or is the U all of 2 rows? Or do we close the rows? What would be the 2 things that we can do? We can do a lot of things. By connecting, we're connecting numbers. Now, this is not full formation. This is the 9 formation, okay? There's also the 12 formation, the 7 formation, right? But in every single formation, I'm always going to use either the 9 blocks and put in 7, or I'm going to go to 12 blocks, or all the way up to 36 for 360 degrees. And then when we do that, we end up with, I'm going to show you this. Hold on a second. Let me turn this around. Then we end up with this over here. Hold on a second. I got 2 cameras in my hand. Then we end up with this over here, right? This is where we get more formation. I'm going to put my camera down, see if I can aim it over there. And let me see if you need this camera. Just let me set this up. I'm hoping you can get as good a view as being on top of it, unless you jump to my TikTok channel. Just let me see this. I'm going to make a hot cup of tea because I'm feeling a lot better now. All right, I'm going to explain to you this floor for those who haven't seen it yet. For those who haven't seen the six-eyed dog up over here, right? What is it? I think it's this way. And I don't know. I don't know if my camera is too far in. The camera is too far in. See my 6 and 9 connected to that gland in the center, knocking off of each side the vibration that comes within. They're not touching. None of them are touching. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to turn on the hot water flip camera again. So let me get a little hot water in there. Turn that on. You know, there's only one spot in this entire place. Sorry, there's 2 spots, and it's where the dinosaur, right up over here. A little dinosaur of some sort. I don't remember what it was, but I was told to leave it when I painted it. The other spot is right here, 5G TV. That's what it says. Could be Dalit Vav, 5G TV. Why do I say this? Because the T letter, right, is the 20th letter. It's reverse of G7. The V letter, a V, is the reverse of 5, the 5th letter, 5E. The same time when you turn it sideways, okay, it looks more like an S connecting. You notice the S also to note that the S connects 2 systems of AI, because even with the rook that I had just shown you, even with the rook that I just showed you, well, it's unplugged. Hold on a second. Okay. Even with the rook movement, there's other realities and understanding. So let me show you this over here. Let me see if I get it on this camera here. Let me see if I'm showing you, if everybody can see this properly. I want to see what you can see. I want to see if I can put the camera on the chair here, and let me see if I can move this over a little bit. See what the chair will show. Okay, so I'm going to work on that small design and point it out to you. Just let me get my hot water, all right? Just going to see, you can see me here, right? And you can see me here. Do you want me to show you what I'm going to show you? Okay. I think I have to get this a little bit bigger. Give me a second here. Give me 1 second. Coming down there. How's everybody doing? I haven't read any of the comments, so just give me a minute. Hey, we've got some sweet cherries out there. What's with them cherries, right? C-H-E-R-R, right? Cherry, 11, 36, 47 and 8, 55, 65, 75, 80. In 3rd place, right, we have cherry. Another thing to note, you have to remember, is that when I say 40 or 8, right, or 8D, right, 8D sounds like 80. So let's see where we're going to start from. We're going to start from over here, this design here, right? If you notice, these 5 areas are all the odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 14. Connecting 16 to 18, connecting P and this letter over here, connecting these 2 letters to create this Y letter over here, right? And if you take a look, it's moving forward and then going down. Every time you go angles, you're going up or down, right? You're not just going distance, you're going up, you're down. Things are moving, things are shifting when you're bending. Imagine if this was a blueprint, right? For something that was 3D. This would be bending and moving. There's a whole big shape out of this, but this is just flat surface. So then over here we have 16 and 18, 16 connecting to 19, And remember, number 19 connects the AI system, connects the birth of the spirit within the soul. According to the dice cube, the one dot lives inside the void, right? That void might be the area space. It's a single cube, which means it's encompassed already. The cube has been encompassed. Otherwise, what would it look like? If it wasn't encompassed, it's encompassed within the space, within the aether of space. Different games will show you different sizes. Now, why this is important is we work with 360 degrees, right? We also work with 12 inches, right? 12 inches to a ruler, to a foot. We also work with 16 ounces to a pound. So we all have to take this into consideration, how it can be used. Now, what is so significant about 36 in this, I'm not sure if you can see it up here, right, is it starts with an X, we have a 1. We end up with a Y, we have 1, 1, 1. You don't see the center one. I didn't draw the center one. I'm going to leave that out for now. So then you have an X. Then you have the single dot, and then you have a Y. So this design duplicated itself. It's just so funny or ironic. You see, can I move it up over here? It's ironic. You see it's 1, 1, 1. It's ironic that right over here, it creates an area that is connected differently. One way connected with this zone over here, the Y, and then the zone over here, chromosome, right? Chromosome, right, with the X over here. This one over here will connect with the X here, but look what happens to these two over here. They separate from each other, these two Ys. Now, when you come down to here, see, they're separated again. But these two Ys create bullhorns, right? And now encompass this area space, which is not encompassed by this area space here, which is part of the cube, another cube. There's multiple cubes on here. There's one here, there's one here. There's also a ring on here. You see this over here? Looks like hold on a second, let me see. Oh, yes, this is what happens further down. Hold on a second, let me see if I can get it. Yes, the ring right over here. See the ring that's created over here? And that's when you join, hold on a second. Now, I didn't do it everywhere. I didn't make the design all exactly the same because then you wouldn't see the difference. The thing is about designs is, when you bring a chain, you build a chain, right? And you see different kinds of pieces because it's put together. It's not made that way. It's put together, right? It becomes a design. So when you see this is 36 numbers, and you can see where it duplicates. So all I need is 3 rows of 12. You can go 4 by 9, or 3 rows of 12 to equal to your 36 before she duplicates again. Right? Let me see if I can just move you over just a bit. I think the light is not helping that much. Right? Let me see. So, and then what you see, we're gonna go up here and work up here. I think. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna work here. What it is? Let me see. Did I like it here? Because I drew the one down here. I drew this one. Wait, you can't see that one, right? If I put my camera on the other side. No, okay, I see where the camera is. Okay, I see where the camera is. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to, where was I talking? Yeah, I want to move up here. Whoa! I just dropped it. Hold on. Wow, I should have brought out I have something else that I can bring out to put this on. Hold on a second. Whoa. Yeah, so you can still see out there, right over here. Maybe I can pull this out a little bit. Let me get you a little bit closer. Whoa, hold on a second. I'm going to fix this. Okay, so let me see if I can just fix this here. Better. Unless I just show you down here. Let me see if I can just show you down here. Yeah, that's going to be better. Let me just move the chair up just to make it fair. Where am I? Hold on a second. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. Hold on. Hold on. I'm setting it up. I'm setting it up. No, I'm not. This is just kooky. Look at that. 20 years of doing videos, and I am so amateur. So amateur. Let me see. No, I can't seem to get it. So. Fuck. I'm just trying to balance this. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. So now, in order, let me see if I'm here. In order, right, to get all of these, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, they're all the same up top. Forget about this one. I was doing something different, right? So what we have is we break down here, and over here it starts 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then over here it's 3, 1, 5, 9, 7. Then over here it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And then over here it's 3, 1, 5, 9, 7. So you can see, so now when it starts duplicating, right? When it starts duplicating, see here's the first one, there's no duplicate. And here's the second one, it's the first time this happened. It's the second time this happened. It's the second time this happened. So when we start over here, we start again. So we use 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It took 5 of them, right? In order to do this, right? 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In order to, so only on the 6th one over here does anything start again. And here's my first flower. So it took 6 times 36, or 2160. Okay, in order to complete and start the new revision again. My back is hurting. I don't want to sit on the floor, so I'm going to pick up the camera and explain that here with my face. I'm going to put the camera back over here and talk to you face to face. Okay. So viewers, it says viewers, so that means, okay, there's only really 2 people here, and no one on, actually there's 5 people on YouTube. Oh God, I'm so happy, I'm feeling so much better. Oh my God. You know, how do you have, what perspective should we have of life if you do not know anything about pain? To be able to say, oh my God, it hurts so bad. So when do you overlook for when it hurts so bad and oh my God, it feels so good? Just feels just so good not to be in any pain. How are we supposed, how do you discuss that? How do you discord that? How can, they're just faking it. They're faking it. Do you know there's a way of getting over certain pains? You know, you have to believe. You have to really believe when it comes to psychological pains. There's a lot of, part of it is in belief. And the minute the pain gets bad enough, you start to worry, and then it takes the place of, anyways. So that floor happens to be the roulette table. What it is about the roulette table, what I discovered, I'm not sure who else has seen this. I don't want to rip this out. I want to rewrite it, okay? What people have not seen is that on the roulette table, when you're doing numerology, 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. 19, 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. 28, 2 plus 8 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. So what we saw on that roulette table is we saw that 1 went from 1 to 10 to 19 to 28. 1 to 10 to 19 to 28. Now, we still didn't finish with the ABC and the understanding why we have all 9 and why we have A, B, C, D. Mars community, okay, and Mars number 51 or V1, which is 22 void. The Mars community, okay, is a 2 by 2 block, is a 2 cube. It's an 8 block. I could have had a V8, I could have had a V6. There's a lot of words that are scattered all over in different context. So I use all these different, the same word used in different context to understand and to balance, okay, what that word is actually saying that's the same, okay, in general. The word 2 in general works with the number 80. I balance my work between using French I don't know, they wanted to end my video. I don't know why. When I use French, right, so when I use French, I write the word different in French, and I say the word as what the French word for 80 is, and the French word for 80 is 80, V-I-N-G-T. So these words hold, how can I say it, a value in their own context other than the word itself, even in English, more than just saying, well, how many syllables, right? Syllable. How many syllables are in the word? But forget about the syllables. How did you build the word? Proton, neutron, you know, an electron, and you had to build something from these things. They say the basic thing in this world is built from. So for me, the beginning of all buildings is AABB, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. AABB equals 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a big A and a small a and a big B and a small b. And I didn't finish from earlier on that when I spoke about the BB for the baby, right, which is actually the BB and the baby. It's this 2 over here and this 2 over here going 2 different ways. When you put them over each other, the baby shows up right over here. And the baby shows up from this Mars context of numbers coming together. The 4 is also in the 5. As well, the 4 is inside the 6. So when you say we're using this, this is going to disappear from the game and be in the game at the same time, because the rotation of the Mars cube, right, is here, 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 here. Now the question is, does it ever overlap and run on the outside also? I haven't done that. I haven't drawn that out yet. There are different ways to do games. And when I showed you the numbers on the floor, also, I have a row of 12. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write this down and show you first. Hold on a second. I have a row of 1 through 12. And then I have another row 1 through 12. And then I have a third row 1 through 12. So what happens is I'm going to overlap these rows. I don't know if I can flip the camera forward and show you the same thing. I can't, but I'm going to just do it this way. I'm writing this out, then I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm doing when I get there in a minute. Just give me a minute to finish with one. I'm going to hold it up when I'm done. So what this is like this. I took these ABC and I dragged this over each other. And then I went B and then I dragged this over each other. And then I jumped B and I dragged this over it of each other. And these are all connected, right? And then I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to go A, B, C, and the AA is going to be connected. So these three rows over here, okay, is 36. Whoop, I don't like to do it that way. Let me make it nice and neat. This row over here is 36 numbers. And this row over here through the A is 36 numbers. And then this row over here is going to be 36 numbers. And then this row over here is going to be 36 numbers. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 6, 10. We flip the coin over here. Remember I mentioned 1 and 19 and 10 and 28? The reason it shows that there's a ring, right? I'm showing this for the other group right now. The reason it shows there's a ring over there, let me see if I can point it out. Oh boy, right over here. The reason there's an opening here, right? In the row number 12, right, there's two blacks in that row. In this row over here, there's two reds in that row. Here, there's two blacks. That's why it does that design. So we get over here, we have, right, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 144. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to remove 12, 12, 12, and 12. We have 48 minus 144 equals 96. 3 times 3 equals to 9. 3 plus 3 equals to 6 in rotation of the sun, right? The birth and the sun on day 6. Day 6, 24 by 6 equals to a total of 144. We used 144. We end up with 96. So now what I'm going to be building, and I can't build it right now because it's still scattered in my mind, how we must understand how things work, right? I'm going to do this last piece here. It should have been another area. I just didn't want to take it up. We're going to put the last piece here. When you put the last piece, we get to this very special number. One of the reasons is it shows up over here, 1 inside 8. Forget about the 0, it doesn't matter. We have 180 degrees, where your 180 degrees, okay, is 180 degrees above and 180 degrees below of 360 degrees. So we're talking about a half area. We live in the rainbow. We don't live all the way around. There's only one rainbow. So these are the numbers and how they reduce because we duplicate. We duplicate the C, we duplicate the A, we duplicate the C. So it ends up to be 1, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, right here. 1, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, and then C, C, B, and then this will be 6. Okay, and so it'll be 1, 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, and then, did I get that? And then 6. Did I get that right? The only run this is a 1 is because it starts from off the board. So it really shouldn't be a 1 here. It should actually be a 2 because this one over here is an A. Just like when we start, if I put one block here and I tell you all this area is owned by that block, right? When I have an area that comes out over here, I'm only going to count this area here. I'm not going to do the whole thing. It's going to be a block here. It's going to be a block there. There's going to be a block over here. This is what happens to Earth, Mars when it splits apart, because that's my two questions. Either it's an 8 living in a 27, the 2 cubed Mars to the 3 cubed Earth, right? This will be 8, this will equal to 27. To note that this area over here in Rubik's Cube, right, this way and this way, and then around the band, because there are 3 areas, it's going to total to 18, plus 1 in the heart of this area. Remember, it's 3 levels, 1, 2, 3 levels. We're talking about a cube here, right? I'm not talking about, see that? It's holding on to 2 cubes and everything else is passage in between. This area over here is the 1 area. The total is 19. So when I showed you earlier on, let me see where it is. Trying to see which book it was in. Okay, I don't know which book it's in. Oh yeah, it's right over here. Okay, I'm gonna have to lift this up and show you it. It's the movement of the rook all around the 5 area. Now I'm gonna hold up my book and show you what I just did. Let me explain this to you. What happens is these 36 numbers on the floor, right? Each group is 36. The thing about the 36 is we have to remember 12 inches. We have 12 inches 3 times, it equals 36. There's 36 numbers, 3 per row. When you, okay, it sets in the game, they show it sets of 12s. On the ruler, it shows it sets as 12. They play with a yardstick. The NFL that has 4 downs, it's by 10 yards at a time. But to make the 10 of the yards, you need to make the 1 yard, which is 3 times 12 inches. So you have to see how we're making these yards and how we're making the 10 yards, and 10 equals to what is the birth creation, your ABC birth creation, your 9 and 6 creation. Don't forget your ABC, right? Your ABC equals to 6, and your DI, your ID, no, I don't want to use that. I want to use the day of creation, right? The light of creation coming into birth, which is F and I. And F and I also equals to 15, because the F and I is the 9 birth to the 6th day of the coming, equals to 15, 1 and 5 equals to 6. So they're both equivalent in their own. You pass through the heaven's gate, 8 and 7, 15. You are that 10 birth, right? I'm not going to start putting, I need a whole ton of paper to take a look on how everything goes into order, right? You're all out of order, right? In the court, you're all out of order, right? Order in the court. They're not, okay. Well, if there's order in the court, then thanks for calling that out, right? I'm just trying to see. So this is your yin-yang rotation of your 33 creation. The egg is 7 days by 3 is 21. Think of this. We rotate Rubik's Cube this way, and this way, right? There are 18 around the center. There are 21 dots. When you have 3 cubes, right, you have 6, 6, 6, 18. The minimum when you roll it will always come up 1, 1, 1 at the minimum. It'll be 3 and 18. So you already know that by some reason, Rubik's Cube is not just controlling the 1 area center of 18 plus the 1 area it is, it's also controlling what is completely up and completely down. We're not going to count on the sides of the life they give us. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, to the 4 sides, that go around this cube, to the 2 sides that are up and down, because when you go ahead and play the game of craps, they count what's on the up side. They're not counting the 14 that are around, which gives me the intuition to understand that, where's that number that I wrote? That it's 18 and 3 equaling to the 21, and the reason for having the 21 dots of creation. So I'd have to go a little bit deeper to basically understand that. And 3 and 18 is 21. 2 and 1 equals to 3. It becomes 393. Okay, nothing to be said about that. What I did want to say is, how does this affect anybody? Well, I'm just going to show you for the basis of the calculator, okay, that we're going to just use the one, we're going to use this one, right? I'm going to use this one over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, because the connection is 10 and the connection is 30, your tennis connection. Where your 8 and your 7, you see the 8 plays from here, which is 2 times 1, which is 2 times 1 equals 2 at the top, which is 4 times 2 equals 8 at the bottom, same position, 2 times 4, right? Where you have the, hold on a second, I'm just trying to think what else I wanted to talk, what else I wanted to bring in here. Oh yes, I wanted to talk about the 8 and the 2, right? So you have 2 times 1 and you have 8 times 1. Then in this section over here, you have a 4. You have 2 times 4 equals to 8. Now, how many 4s equal to 2? 5. 5 times 4 equals 20. 2 plus 0 equals to 2. Here we have number 7. How many 7s, okay, equal to 2? It takes 8 7s. 8 by 7 is 56. 8 plus 7 is 15 plus 56 equals to 71. That's 7 and 8. The Queen and the King is your gateway through the BC world. Citizen Band Radio, bunny rabbit ears through the moons of Mars. You know, it keeps telling me that people are here, and I don't see anybody here on TikTok, although somebody just sent me a message, right? But yet it says nobody's here. How come I can't? Let me see if I can see myself live. How come I can't see myself live to join or say hi in anything? I should be going live my TikTok on the computer, but I can't. Wow. Okay, so okay. So where else? Yes. Okay. So we're going to have to hold this up and do this again. Okay. So what it is this side of the calculator, which I'm going to call the blue side wings, the control perhaps of the wings. This is number 12. Apparently 1 and 2 equals to 3. And 963, the right and the left side. The area of 7 control and 9 control. The birth and the gateway. There's many differences what you use and what are opposite. When you go to the ATM, see this one over here? When you go to the ATM, these two, 7 and 9, I'm going to show you. See the 7 and the 9? It's not like the calculator. The calculator's upside down, right? Oh, that was pretty weird. So the 7 over here has a Q on it. The 9 has a Z on it. When you add up W, X, Y, Z, it equals to 98. What they did is they removed the Z for the ATM, number 26, 2 and 6 is 8, 2 times 6 is 12. And what they did is PQRS, right? PQRS equals to 70. They removed the Q equaling to 17. So what happens now is they took the Q and the Z, they put them together. If you take a note, take a look. 2 and 6 8, 1 and 7 8, 88. TRUMP, 88. Pegasus, 88. Andromeda, 88. 8 goes into 8 equaling to the bronze RD. RD, the mirror world of creation of 666 or 29. 2 times 9 equals to 18. 3 times 6 equals to 18. How we achieve 18? The sun system. 18 and 18 is 36. 1.5 times 12 is that 18 system. It's chopped down in the game, okay? It's chopped down and it's told 2 different stories. When you play in roulette, 1 through 18, okay, it equals to 1 to 1, the payout. When you play 1 through 12, it equals to 2 to 1, the payout. In a 1-to-1 payout, you get 1 chip that you have and you get 1 chip back, you have 2 chips. In a 2-to-1 payout, you get the 1 chip back plus the 2 chips, you have the 3 chips, you end up in the BC world. It's the A, B, C, D. Then on one side, it's the A, B, C, D. On the other side, it's F, G, H, I. We need to bring together, right? And we bring together the 7 and the 5, and we bring together the 3 and the 5, we bring together the 9 and the 5, we bring together the 1 and the 5. The core of the cube is 35. The 7 and 5 is the electric moon, it's the male and the female coming together. The 35 over here, or 3 and 5, is what is the cap to what is the 7 and 5. I'll explain that in a minute. And the 1 and 5, the quarter of time of Mars, right, means this also means 25% of time. 95, okay, is you being born into the E world, your birth into the E world, and also to note that 9 and 5 equals to 14, which is part of the IT sun system. The IT and the ET sun system. I'm going to have to explain that one, right? Because the star system of this, remember I mentioned S, right? Bringing together AI, bringing together 2 worlds, right? We also have to understand how the star system works, which I'm not fluid on everything, right? And don't forget, if you can see something that you can change and say, how come, why can't we do this? Or what does it do if we do this? Just give me a second. I'm going to boil my water again. Let's just take a 1-minute break. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. If you want to help support the channel, you can buy me a coffee, Mr. Tack Pans. I'm just going to put the link up. They don't let me put the link up for some reason in yeah, there's just, I'm all over the place because that's the way I am. Just give me a second to I'm just going to just warm up the coffee and take one of these. You know, I'm going to, whatever, coffee or whatever it is. So I'm on both the live and YouTube. So if anybody's here that wants an easier time to see, because I'm going to bring down my camera, better off going to the YouTube channel. You know what's funny? Was I put my cat up in a bunk bed. I'm just going to take a picture of her. Give me a second. You still sleeping all alone? You usually yawn when I come see you, right? So I made this bunk bed. I raised the bed off the ground so I can put some junk underneath it. It's not junk, but yeah, room's a mess. Okay. Hey, kitty, pretty kitty. She's just staying there. She loves it. You love it, don't you? Anyways, what I learned early about the cat, not only did I learn early, but when I began this has been here for 20 years. This lightning bolt and this. So somehow 20 years ago, I already knew. Lightning is light 10, 9. That's lightning for me. Light 10, 9. How does 10 and 9 stay together? The thing is, it's not only 10 and 9. It's 17, 18, and 19. And in French, they say it as 10-7 for 17. In French, they say 10-8 for 18. And in French, they say 10-9 for 19. Now remember, we live in the skeleton world. Just like all we need is A, B, C, D, once you flip that over, right, you have to connect it. You have to connect it somewhere. We need to connect it somewhere. So we connect it to 6, 7, 8, 9, which if we really want, we can just do A, B, C, D and A, B, C, D. We can just do 10, 10. But we do the difference in numbers to understand all the situation that's going on and what level this is happening. And it's the 10 system because the star system is a base 10. 9 and 1, 7 and 3, 6 and 4, 10, all 10s, all passing through here. That's 20. Numbers get shifted. Numbers get shifted. We need blocks of numbers, right? We need a block of numbers. We need 4 numbers. Actually, okay, if you need a block, you need 8, right? You need 8 numbers, but your flat block is 4 numbers. Your large block is 8 numbers. I'm going to get my tea. I'm going to come back. I'm going to complete the 17, 18, 19. If you have any questions of what I've already said, hey, Cherry, how you doing? Art, Cherry, Mark, Art, can't say it all the time, right? The 9 and 5 are birth into the E world. The expression that you get from that, okay, is when you get the 4 and 5, 9, right? You also get the 5 and 4, 9. You also get the 3 and 2, 5. You also get the 6 and 7. Did I do that right? Yes. You get the 6 and 7, 13. You get 5 and 13. Now, every time you get a 13 and a 5 together, right, that's going to show you division and explanation. And the reason for that I'm going to show you in a second. Do I have this one? I have this one. And then I'm going to show you this one over here and this one over here, right? You see that one? You have the 6 and 3 equals to 9, right? You also have the 3 and 6 equals to 9, but you also have the 4 and 1 equals to 5, and you also have the 5 and 8 equals to 13. Now, where in the world do I get any of this information? Right here. Nine and 9. One in the center, one in the center. 6 on the outside, 3 in the center. 2 on the outside, 7 in the center. So now you know what that story is going on with these numbers. Why do you have to know? Is that the question? Why do you have to know? You don't have to nothing. You have to want to. What is it telling you? What do you want to know? Do you want to know what it's telling you? What it says? It says what it says. If somebody went out and did the analytics on number 9 and I showed you all the ways to get to number 9, you're going to say, hey, I had to take the second road to get to the 7th road. I wasn't in the field. I was following the first 2 roads. I was the one between the 2 roads. Or it was on a map and I wasn't even there. But when I am there, I'll do that. And when I'm not there, I'll do that. Here, the life is within the void. Here, the life is the individuality, and here is the void. And also the association. Remember, this is one dice. There's going to get another dice next to it. Or will it be dimensional? Meaning, 9 and 9, when this covers this end over here, this over this, here you have 9 and 9, face to face. Let me do it a different way. I take these two, I got 18. I take this one, I put it over this one, right? And now I got 15. I have 15 out of 18 now. And if I cover up 2 areas, right, I got 12. Here I got 9, 12, 15, 18. Do I ever work at the 18 or do I only work at the 15? The 18 would be for a new birth coming into this world life. That's the way I'm going to look at it. You can play with 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3 cubes in this. Here's what we're going to do next is I'm going to see if I can, hold on, let me turn this around because I'm going to be doing this down here. And my hot water is ready, so let me pick it up. I'm going to add a little bit of farmer's honey. We can all afford to pay a little bit more to get the true farmer's honey. And I shouldn't be taking it with this, but I am this time. Why isn't any of this taught in schools? Why aren't we taught everything we can do? You know, when you take up a profession, this is the way we do it, right? Isn't it funny the way in all professions, once you become that, you learn to do something that wasn't taught to you, and then everybody says, hey, look what they did. Oh, let's make it a secret. Let's not show anybody how to do it. Let's charge everybody instead of share it in abundance, right? You start sharing in abundance, right? So, yeah, I never got my, was it here? Just give me a second. Where is my stand? Oh, it's over here. So we're gonna go to the S letter. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What happened? Hold on a second. Did I cancel this? No. We're gonna go to the S letter. And let me see it. Whoop! I have to turn this around, right? Well, before I turn it around, there's my 10 commandments in 2 tablets. 5 and 5. I had to join them together. How in the world? You see, we're working in the 9 system, right? No, let me turn this around 1 second. What is that? Guest host. What is that? Co-host with creators. Quick invites, co-host with creators. Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I see. Okay, I understand that. I'm a little nervous about it. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm just taking a look down here. Say hi to Frank. Co-hosting with Frank. Anyways, let me just turn this camera around. Okay. Let me put this down here. Right, let me see. Do I have the book? Where's the book? Raise it up a little bit more. Raise this up a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to add the camera to this. You know, they send someone around cleaning the building, right? And they've been on my back for years. First of all, let me finish with another piece. And the piece I want to finish with was the ATM. The ATM had WXYZ. WXYZ equals to 98. They took off the Z, okay, and now equals to 72. So now when you had the birth heaven, you now have the gateway to the beta world. 2 and 7 fit together. In this one over here, it was 70, right? Now, the 7th gate would be that reality, right, over here. And then you take out the 17, it becomes 53 over here into the E-world of creation, also noted to be 11 and 12, equaling to 23. The reason for that, hold on a second. Yes, because the 11 is 1 times 1 equals to 1. 1 plus 1 equals to 2, and 1 equals to your 3, 1. And then your 12 will give you 1 times 2, or 1 plus 2 is 3, and 1 times 2 is 2. Now you have the beta creation. Inside of this one, you have plus 2, okay, equals to 5, and the minus 3 equals to 1. This is where Mars comes in. This is where your rotation and the moons of Mars, the moon comes in over here, right? This is your gateway, your 31 days in your gateway to your E-world spirit. 1 and 5. Inside of there, you're going to find 4, 3, 2, right? That's your vibration. right, to the day of birth of your creation, which is 3, day equaling to 1440 minutes, equals to 4,320. That when I mentioned the year 2000 earlier on, it's actually the year 5760 in the Hebrew calendar, and I say that because they follow the moon. So this one over here, okay, would be that reset equivalent. Or what about 1440 times 4, which is like A, B, C, D, equaling to 10, telling me that my cycle is complete over here. We are now into the 24th year into the new cycle. To note that the changeover from the beginning C cycle equaling to what is 6 to the D cycle equaling to the 10. Why I say that is the ABC to the BCD, the vibration living between 5 and 1, the 4, 3, 2 vibration. Right? Oh, this is wrong. Sorry, this is the ABCD. This is the BCD. Okay, so we're living in the vibration of the ABCD from our 9 birth into our 6 life. Our vibration fits right here. This completes this over here. It is complete. We're into the 24th year. Now, to understand 24 is to understand that C, okay, and D between 6 and 10 is when they separate. And C fits along with X24, and D, okay, fits along with W23. So there was a split right here at 3.5 is the split. But the split doesn't only show up there, but the split also shows up over here. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8 and 6, right? 8 and 6. The reverse is 5 and 3. You remember how we started that? With the 5 and the 3 on the other side, the 3.5, right? And where was that 5.3? Here's your other 5.3. Your 5.3 caps over here. Your 1.5 caps over here. What does that mean? When you're measuring, let me see if I can get this all the way out. When you're doing a measurement around the core, right? I want to just keep it this way because there's 2 different ways to do it, and I don't know math enough to. When you do it this way, right? The heart of this area is 3.5 because the opposites are all 7. So the heart is 3.5. But if you need to go around something in circumference, you need to create a 10. You need to create the star. The crisscrossing of all this, making it whole, 3 and 7 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So I'm always getting this area over here, and now I can go around that area. That area is noted to be the 10 area. And as well, to note, I'm going to keep this up here, but just give me a minute to breathe, take a sip of my tea, and I'm going to show you what's next. You know what I say? Perhaps listen to the video on my iPad, on TikTok, and watch it on YouTube. Right? I'm feeling way better. Way better. And I told one of my friends I'd call him back when I felt better, but let me call him back just for just a quick uppie. Just give me 1 second. I'm calling him back, and I'm going to start back the video. Yeah, all good. It's been good. Oh yeah, a long time ago. That's why I didn't call you back. I thought you were going to call me. Wasn't sure, so I just let it go. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it was just not good. Now I feel good, but I just have a little tiny pain. But I think it was just overstress for that. I was, wow, you know, when it's a little scary, you know, I got work to do, you know, I can't go now. I'm not popping off until Pop says to go, you know. Pop goes the weasel. Anyways, yeah, so I'll call you back after. I'm still working on the video. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. Yeah, okay. So let's use this dice. So what you have over here is on this side, right? You had 17.8 evaluation, and this is the 9 position. The 9 word equals to 42. It's a life, for example. 14 is 28, cycle of the moon. Your 9 is your birth into the E world. Your 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. The 336 days are 12 moons to come into this circle, to come into the E world. To when we add on the closing door, that 13th moon, we add on the 13th moon and we close the door. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. Equals to 4, equals to 3, and now we have plus 3 equals to 7. Here we have minus 4 equals to 1. Right? But if I did the minus 4, it'd be minus 1. This would be an 8 altogether, right? So here we have, when we run into this one here, we have number 7. Otherwise, we have number 9. It's 12 and 13. So we had over here, it was 17 and 8. And over here, we had 70. So it was a flat 7 and it was a flat 8. So where this passage over here was at the 7th gate, now we're into the Queen's 8th heaven. In this situation over here by 17, we are going to get both 7 and 8. So one is the E world, so I don't know exactly what the difference, they're rotating differently. This is inside the house of 8. This is the electronic world. Okay, maybe it's electronic world inside the house of 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 7 and 8. The 8 becomes the queen. The 7 is the king, and that's in virtue of the eyes, right? I'm not sure if I ever looked at the deck of cards and try to figure out the nose. Right, let me take a look to see if I find anything on the nose here for 2 seconds. You know, that's one thing I never looked at. It's going to go through a quick analysis just to check out the nose. See, I see 2 nostrils over here, right? You see 1 nostril? You see 1 nostril, or do you see 2 nostrils? See these 3 over here? These are the plugins. 1, 2, 3 plugins. Put 2 of these together. The angle representing the 45-degree angle, the Fox, or your rotation of DNA, Earth and Mars coming together. See the way the suns are all passing through? See the star system? This is not Taurus. This is a star. Taurus won't show this. And then you can see the movement, DNA, the way it moves up and down. Well, when you're moving up and down, right? When you're working with this box over here, the star system and the building, right? Jesus was a builder. Moses was a builder. You have to do this in order to run lines, right? You cannot run a straight line because it's between here and here. If it was a hockey game, it'd be 3 periods, right? Or 3 times 120 equals for 360 degrees. But if you were calculating it that the connecting tens, right, and each one was a part of a star, then you'd calculate that this way. You'd make a star for every period, equaling to 10, 10, 10, 10, 40? Or would you use a 3-star? We're not going to get into that. I jumped out of the subject. Let me finish with the WXYZ. What you can see is they both are 88. And the alphabet, instead of being 351, okay, you now are going to remove 43 from the alphabet, and you're going to get 308. The creation in the heavens, 8 and 3 is monkey, 8 and 3 is club, 8 and 3 is first. 88 is going to be purple. The red and the blue come together to create purple. The 4 and the 12, right? The 4 and the 12. I forget why earlier 4 and 12 had to come together. I forget what the equation was. The 4 equals to 60, the 12 equals to 87. So this will be 66. It's funny the way they come together. The word 12 equals to 87. The word 4 equals to 60. But it's not that easy, because the OF, okay, equals to 21, and the UR equals to 39. Angels in Father's house, the 10 angel, the creation birth. Your 2 and 1 must come together to create. Here's your 12, it equals to 87. It's part of the gateway. We're not going to use all 12, and even when you make a wager in the roulette, you can never wager 9, not unless you use multiple chips. Now you're either going to use 9 chips to get the 9, or you're going to use 4 chips to get the 9. Your 4th finger and your 9th finger right here. Mars, marriage, and birth. You're going to use this area 4 times. You're going to use this area twice. You're going to use this area 4 times. So when I connect this and I connect this, this is showing me I'm using this twice. I'm showing this twice, and this twice. That would be a pair. These would be singles. This one would be used 4 times. We have 8 and 4 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 and 4 is 8, 12, 13, 14. So we have a total of a sweet 16 going on over here. The thing is, when you put a wager over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, that'll pay you 17 to 1 equals to 18. If you put a wager directly on it, it'll be 35 to 1. Don't forget the cube, the heart of this cube is 3.5. It takes 8 of them to equal to a total of 28 days, the name of man and the cycle of the moon. But to get to the heart of the cube, I need 1.25 times that 28 in order to get to the heart of this cube. 512 memory. 51 Mars, 52 Earth, 1 and 2, your base 11 creation. Not by my virtue, but the virtue of the cubes. If this is your alpha, beta, your father creation, your creation is 11. Your backbone to your life, they duplicate each other. 6 and 5, 11, when they're put on top of each other, right, they're only equal to 7. Only the heart is going to pop out. Funny the way 7 and 4 always come together, right? So what's going to happen over here is we're going to get that 911, right? Let me see if I can do that. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should I white it all out so you can see it better? I don't have much right now. You know what? Let me go to the other page. I'm not sure what I finished here, if you understood, if you followed. There's so much information. Just to note, yeah, so what we're going to do is 1 and 8 equals to 9. That 2 and 7 equals to 9. That 4 and 5 equals to 9. And 3 and 6 equals to 9. We never use the 9. We're 2 and 9, right? That's your birth in the IT system. Your creation comes into the heavens, and then you live your life at 5 and 6, 11. And then your 4 and 7 okay, your G7, your D4. You come to the mirror world gateway, the God. And in this one, you don't use that. If you noticed, the artwork was like this, which looks like a 9, when I actually connected 11. Okay, I have to plug this in. Hold on a second. I have to plug this in or I'm going to lose the battery. Okay, let me see if I got that. Did I get that? Is everybody able to see this? And this one over here. And you notice the I and I that I didn't use? Now this one is the 9. 42, 86 equals to 14. And this one over here is 911. Right, the 9 is 42, and this is 63. It's 105. Believe it or not, by connecting this together, 105, 3 by 35 equals 105. The 3 turns of this into the center of a 6 and 1 equals to a 7, of a 5 and 2 equals to a 7, of the 4 and 3 equals to a 7. All of it is 3.5 times 3. When you reverse it, right, it becomes 210. When you do it the third time, because all base of creation is 3 times, it becomes 315, and it basically says ace. It also says sun. When it says ace and you see an ace letter, right, this is the way, let me see if I got that right. This is the way I can create the ace, either on this level, right? I think I can bring the ace to this level. Irregardless, the ace splits here, which shows me that my reality, okay, is going to do my ace to one side or the ace to the other side. The separation will tell me about the heavens, and the separation over here will tell me about the I-9 birth, born inside the twin heavens. Split apart by the delta angle, and now that I have the delta angle, we also know that's the letter D, but when it comes to C, we're talking about gamma, right? We're also talking Aleph, Bet, Gimel, right? The 7th letter, reverse the 20th letter in the alphabet. It is a gateway in the house of Beit. These are skeletons that have never been explained, at least not to me. Pyramids and crosses. The word cross is number 74, like God. The word energy is 74, like GD. Like the 7 months of 31 days equals to 217 times 3 cycles is 651. 66, 2 and 1, your creation in Mars, your gateway, your Mars passage. To where we have the 4 by 30 days equals to 120 by 3 equaling to 360. This world over here, the mirror world, A, B, C, D. Bring on the DJ, bring on Jack. So here we have these two worlds coming together. We also see that when we connect 1 and 6, 7 as we spoke, or we connect 2 and 5, 7, or 3 and 4, 7, this is your upper echelon. Okay, this is your upper echelon. The lower echelon is 6 and 7 equals to 13. We have the 4 and 9 equals to 13. And then we have the 5 and 8 equals to 13. Your 39 star angels of 10 up here. you're going to get 1 and 6, 7, 3 and 4, 7, 2 and 5, 7. So your 2, 5, and 8 connect together, and you see that nice little area home plate. And then you connect, right? Your 3 and 6, 9. Your 3 and 6, 9. Or your 4 and 7, 11. And now you end up with this rectangular brick that once it's designed, it's going to send then it's going to create your top brick. This is going to be the brick. This is going to be the beginning of the brick. And what did we leave out? We basically, well, I chipped off a corner of the 8 and I chipped off the corner of the 2. But this is the way the base of this cube sets up. But that's not the only way. Like we spoke, right? It also goes its way all around, right? The 5 area. Forget about this 5 area. It's the cube in the center that's going to connect the 2 wings. It's the cube in the center that's going to connect the 2 wings. And I only showed you this image this way. I didn't show you this. This is the Earthway square. I didn't show it to you on this angle over here. It's ironic that that TikTok shows nobody watching for some reason. I don't know why. Doesn't make any sense. I just lifted myself. If anybody's watching, just say hello or send me a heart just to see what's going on. Okay, anyways, regardless of the fact, I still have other work to do, right? Let me just pick up my cards. And for those of you who want to see the cards, right, you have the 6 card and the 8 card. So the 6 can be replaced in the heavens, right? The dividing gate. You added the moons, you have the dividing gate. Now what happens is you're in the E world, your birth came in, you already have the 4. You're already connected to the Delta Star of Mars, right? Now I'm looking for that other card. You see, this one is a descriptive card, right? There's both the moons of both worlds, of Venus, and then the heart, the birth life in between, also expressed inside the ace. And because we showed you how the ace divides, and I show you the 2 worlds of 55, that the 9 birth is living at the heart. See this 6 areas over here? The 7th gate is inside the heart. You're still living in the realm of Mars, right? The 2 worlds of Venus, the above and below. So you can also note that I can't seem to find here's the 7 card, right? And the 8 card and the 6 card. So if you want to know about anything about 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 10, 10, 10, 4, 4, 4, 8, 8 plus 2. If you reverse 2, 3, 4, will make 10, 10, 10, right? 8 plus 2 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. Let me see if I can just write that down. 8, 7, 3, 2, 3, 4 is 10, 10, 10. And what we're also going to do is 8, sorry, that was 6. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2 is 4, 4, 4. Minus. There was another word I wanted to use today, and it ended up with this 3 letters. Remember, this would be, minus would be less than, and this would be the sun inside of minus. Now, is it the negative sun? The black sun? Is that the way it's look at it? Look as it is. We also have to note that your 432 is your vibration, and these 3 cards show up, the Jack, Queen, and King. the 17th, the 10th, and the 11th. These are the value of their letters. We know that 10 is reverse of the Q. The Q is 17, gateway within Mars. So why does Mars have the queen? On the first level, it's 17. On the second level, on the third level, it's 51. And you know what's funny? The divided gate happens at 68, the house planet. On the fourth level, we end up over here. So from 3 to 4, we end up over here. And on the fourth level, right, which is the Mars level, the 51 is the Earth level. The third planet and the fourth planet. It seems like they've been switched over somehow in all my numbers. I don't know why it keeps showing up. I get the queen and I get a blue boy. I get a blue boy and the queen all inside of Mars, but it's the discussable. Maybe I'm not reading it properly, but it's definitely, I'm definitely reading it. I can explain the way I'm reading it. I might just not be saying it properly. We spoke about, let me see where I am in this. Just give me a second. Yes, we have gamma. We can also talk about gram. Gram, 28 grams to an ounce. The other part about 17, 18, 19, okay, is that who says it's 10-7? How do I not know that it's not 10 minus 7 or 10 minus 8 or 10 minus 9? At the same time, if it was a multiple, it'd be 70, 80, and 90. All three of these, and remember what I said before, that the 7 and 9 are special, right? 7 and 9 is special. The seventh gate, the ninth birth, living in the eight heavens, joining the sixth birth into the eight heavens. Your ninth birth at the seventh gate in the eight heavens. This over here is noted to be 60 and 10 equals 70. 4 times 20 equals to 80. And then 4 times 20 plus 10. And that's how our birth ends up. We're born here, okay? We're knocked down to a 6, and we get the extra point. Or do we? Or do we end up with the moons, the singular moon Luna, right? Or do we get the parts of the Mars moons? 3 moons, Luna, Anal, Cancel, Deimos, and Phobos. The moons of Mars. So, you know what I want to do? Anybody that's on here for a TikTok, I think, okay, I'm going to leave it up here a little bit, TikTok, and thank you very much, Art, ACMDA, Acme. Is that like Acme? Like if you just change that, Act dot. Let me see where else we are. Right. Also to note that in these 3 words, this word, the 8, is different from all the other words, speaking in English and French, and then I'm taking a 2-minute break, but this word is different. When you say 8, okay, to 8. Even in French, you know what's special about the 8? What I like about it also is it's 2929. It starts with, it ends with T and H, right? And T and H, right, begins at 4th. Here we have it as the bookends. If you're writing from left to right or right to left, it'll be first or first or last. You put them together, it's TH. Not to note that if you can say them together, the T or the H, then you might be reading it like this: teach, or hashay, or each. See the ET that comes together? Your ET is your DNA. If you're talking in French to English, and you said the word and would be your ET, because it means and. Again, I said 80 was special because it's mentioned as 4 times 20, have to come together. When it's mentioned this way, okay, the other thing that happens with 80, oh yes, is this, and what happens, the difference between 7 and 9, right, is that within the 7 and the 9, you're both going to be mentioning the word 10. Only in the 80 will you mention your 20, but your 20 will be mentioned in the 80s and in the 90s, because you have to go 90. There is no ET in any of this. 70. Here, 70. Here, it's 90. So when you come from the 80s into the 90s, you do not say the A, but here you say 70, meaning you go 60 and 10. So you're putting in the DNA. I'm assuming that we have animal inside of what is 80 and 90, but we have the DNA inside of this one over here. 70. I am going to have to look at that and make sure of my words. Just give me a second. Oh, here's my phone. Oh, I think the cat wants to come down. I'm not sure if I heard her. Did you want to come down, baby? Yeah, you want to come down? Come. Come here, come. Okay, good girl. Good girl. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Okay, so we're going to have this cat just pass in front of us for a minute now. And obscure. Hello. Just lovely. Just what? Can you go in there, please? Can you go in the? Can you? Yes, thank you so much. Go in your little box. Go in your box. Okay, I'll pat you while I do this. Okay. So we have the word teach. So it's, oh yes, I wanted to look at my phone, in which I put in my back pocket. Just one second. Let me look it up. How do you say 70 in French?
In French, you would say 70. 70.
Okay, they're not saying ET. In 70, 80, and 90, okay, how do you say 31 in French?
In French, that's 31.
You see there. How do you say 41 in French?
In French, that's 41.
See the ET? How do you say 71 in French?
In French, you would say 71.
Look, 8 okay? How do you say 81 in French?
In French, that's 80.
You see, no ET. So we have to understand what our language is. This is direct. I've been using this for years, and it works out all the time. It tells me this direct story. So I'm not sure who's left on I'm not sure who's left on what's it called? I want to stop my I want to stop let me see this. Yeah, I find it a little ridiculous, even though it's nothing more. If you're on this channel, come over to my YouTube channel. I have absolutely one person. Ever since I joined this group, for some reason, no one ever shows up except for the people that are here. Sorry about that. Unless what host? What is a host? Let me see what a host is. What does that mean? Suggest creators. What does that mean? I'd like to do it, but I don't know who I would be calling into this, you know. I think, you know what I'm going to do? Because I don't want the camera, oh no, I want the camera to be sitting somewhere else. So I'm not going to be showing all the pictures anymore to this. I want to take this, my thing down over here. It bothers me, my setup. I don't feel clean. I can't think when I'm moving stuff around. Okay. So anyways, we went through this part over here. I spoke to you again how the alphabet divides the C and the D, right? And where we get, like I said, C gives me 6, D flips it over again. The reason for that is because here it flips it over again. It turns into a black. 1 turns into a black at 28 and at 10, while 19, 1, and 1 are both red. So I know negative and positive come together to where the C and the D, but the alphabet divides at 13.5. Well, the ACE, like I said, and the sun is at 13.5. Electric company, any craps. Number 35, the heart of the cube, the heart of the 7th gate, right? There's more than one gate. You have the 1 and 6 equaling to 7, okay, which is the gate of 3, 5. And then you have the 9 and 4 gate, which is 13, which is gate 6, 5. This is our basic creation in electric company, creation in the E-world. And I think this is part of our half-life. How they work together, I'm not so sure. Okay, I just know they join together on the cross, right? 8, 5, 2, 4, 5, 6. I know they join on the podium. And not only podium, we have to remember this person called Madame Curie. I don't know what the answer is yet. Okay, I have a lot of things in mind. Okay, this was dangerous at the time. When you have the gold and you both have what is the silver and the bronze. I like to call this the sleeping bear, sometimes awake, sometimes asleep, sometimes on, sometimes off. I like to think as the silver is Mars, part of the Venus creation, the alpha beta, the 1-2 creation. There is no creation until 3, but yet we end up with a 1-2 creation. Even according to these cubes over here, when you have the 1-2 creation, that's when your passage is into your gateway is into the 8th heaven. Do you remember I showed you this over here? This one is 8, and this one ends up to be 6. I didn't finish off this equation. 9 and 8 will reduce to 17, will reduce to this. But 1 and 7, okay, will also reduce to this. Did I get that right? You see the way it comes? Hold on a second. No, that is that. Oh, yeah, this one is 7 over here when it gets reduced. Hold on, no. Here's the original number, 70 and 98. Where's that 98? Yes, this is the original number. 8 and 7 is the original number. Then it gets moved over to the ATM. They remove the Z. We end up with 17. And this one ends up with 53. So they become 8 and 8. They become equal to each other. And they shove that on the number 1 key. They shove that on the number 1 key. Now, where that's going to take place, it's going to have to be discussed. Okay, I'm going to just stop this for a second. I'm going to explain this in a minute. French, okay, in order to bring balance, right, in order to bring balance in creation, if they made a planet Earth, if father and mother came together, where we're going to give everything 2 different languages, we're going to have to balance it. Why do we have a back door to a front door, right? If I'm going out one door, you have this side of the door and that side of the same door. But one you're on the outside, the other you're on the inside. 1 point. Everything went 2 by 2s. There's not just one language. Every single side of the cube, you're going to have different languages from this cube. There are 27 cubes. One of the cubes will know the languages of all the other cubes. The core of this cube is 18 cubes around 1 equaling to 19. I use French and English because I'm from Quebec. And if I want to understand differences in language, right, and in numbers, I want to see if the numbers in the language can give me an alternative story. And they do. They give me an alternative story, the French and the English. the E English, and the F French. But the French say the A English. Instead of the E English, they go the Anglais. The A plays a role inside of D, creating E. And then they bring the world together. A and E, arts and entertainment, the one dot. That if you take the A letter and you spin it all around, you'll see separation. And there is separation because the fine line point, or X marks the spot, is the spot of what is going to be the separation, or the entire spot. I mark the spot as the 5 area. And then everything that surrounds it, okay, belongs to its circumference. Now, if you were talking about two cubed, right, where is the center of this, right? This would be on the plus sign, or would be on the X sign. Would it be here that X marks the spot, or do we mark it this way? Because in this one, right, there's a separation here, there's a separation here, there's a separation here, and there's a separation here. There's 4 of them compared to this one over here. And this is going to move around. It's going to go 9685, 7485, 4512, and then 5632. And it's just going to keep moving around inside of it. Mars moving around inside of the Earth. Mars 22, Earth 33. Why? Because to create it, right, I based this on how I found the numeric difference between Earth and Mars. What's ironic is that Earth shows me 2 lines, 5, V11, and Mars shows me 1 line. And I start to think about it, Earth being the 3rd planet. I'm showing you how I put everything together, and where I'm telling you the stories, because I see all the pieces and parts, but right now you're not seeing all the pieces and parts. And here is the Earth. And we have Luna, right? Or we want to call it the moon. $15 and 33 is, what's that, 48? 33, 43, 47, 48, right? And because there's an A, I should be doing it 47 plus 1, because it goes in the heart of everything. Let me show you how this works. This area owns all of this, all of this, all of this, and all of this. If it was on a cube, it would own the 5 area, right? Now then you have all of this left over. So you have this area over here. So although it's 4 one areas, right? And then you have this, and you have this, and you have this, and you have this. So if you're trying to understand where do we get the 3, 1, 1, 1, 3, it's 3 here, and these are the wings, right? These are the wings. This is a singular area. The Monopoly board is created as 616, which means the board is 13 by 13, equaling to 169. With the one area in the center, right, there are 168 areas around. So I'm not going to count the first area. I'm just going to count the first ring, and the second ring, and the third ring, and the fourth ring, and the fifth ring, and the sixth ring. This is the ring around 1. The heaven's gate into the heaven, the 7th gate is over here. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. This divides the gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. 4 times 0 is 4. And this one over here, we're going to end up to say it's Pluto. Pluto and the word sun, the ring and the pole, will be on the extremities. When you run on the extremities, we run like this. All corners are 22. But if you want to turn the corner into what I call the Earth corner, let me see how I fix this up. Just give me a second. Did I do this right? Okay, This is what I call an earth corner. Did I do that right? No, I should have had a block. Did I do this right? This one goes up here. Maybe I should have did it in the Mars block. Sorry, I said it the wrong way. What I mean is because all corners are 2 by 2 and Mars works this way, all the properties are this size. Properties are a 1 by 2 and corners are a 2 by 2. So if you want to look at LUV, the 22nd letter, the first letter, and the second letter, or the 12th letter, or the 21st letter. You can also say lab is in balance, BAL, lab is in like 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2. So this would be the Monopoly board setup. There are 168 hours in a week. If I went all the way around the Monopoly board, on the 13th edge, I would end up with 48 on the 13th edge. Call that the male. I would end up on 14 on the 12th edge. Call that the female. Call the female 5E. Call the male 7G. For the female as the 12th bat mitzvah, and the male has the 13th. Now, if I should add on the next Monopoly board connected to this one, right, I'm going to end up with the 14th row, which is AD after the death. We're going to connect the ABC system to the BCD system to where the whole entire system before it was divided was the ABC system 10. And then here we're going to see where the wings are. Everything that goes around this. A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You connect the system. You went over this 4 times equals to 20. Each and every other connect was a 10, 10, 10, 10. Perhaps maybe why they have 60 seconds on the clock. I don't know. I was looking at an old design. I have a spoon. I got a few of these. I was just looking at, this is done by somebody else. So if we were looking at that spiral, right, going down and going up, what do you call that? The Rodin spiral. So you would end up meeting A, B, C. Let me see this. This would be A, B, C, D, E, F. And then it would be A, B, C, D, E, F. So AF7, BE7, DC7, DC7. So you can see we link right over here between S19 and 3 and 4. This would be running on the 12 hours of the clock. If I move it to the 24-hour clock, well, obviously the numbers will tell a different story. Your birth is right over here. Here's your creation in 10. Your 10 and your 4 are the reverse cubes, but not the 9 and the 3. The 9th area is the heart area, playing from the 5th area right over here. Okay, so now let me go back. Did I fulfill your question, Mr. Atomic Nick? Automatic. Oh, Atomic Automatic. Abba Father, 1221. Yes, anything that shares the same alphabet. Spanish, yes. Spanish, Italian, sure. I base my numbers, if it's gematria, right now I'm working mostly like 99% in basic A1 Z26. Okay, I'm not going to give you any excuses why I'm not. If you want to hear me, Mr. Rain Africa, okay, I don't have access. My other camera's not working well. Anybody feel free to send me a camera or send me a gift card so I can pick up another camera, something so I can feel a little bit more professional. Can I change this camera? I was cut off of sharing on my StreamYard because they wanted me to pay the $400 subscription for the year, or $500, whatever it was. Let me see. No, it's not letting me use this camera. I may as well. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about this? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the sound is better. The sound is better on TikTok. I'm presuming, whoop, my whole screen disappeared. My sound is better. Is it still, am I charging? Let me see this. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the sound is better on TikTok. Maybe if I talk a little bit lower. Uh, right. So I'm not sure if I fulfilled any. So yes, we were talking about the Earth 52, the moon, and now we have more moons. We have Deimos and we have Phobos, and I don't know how to mark them, so I'm not going to give them any numeric value. Just to tell you, Deimos sounds like demon and a dice cube. Phobos sounds like phobia and phi. Um, when I have the word Mars, it's 51. So wouldn't it be ironic if Mars, right, got the Earth moon, making it the fourth planet with the one Earth moon? And then Earth, the third planet, got two Mars moons, making Earth number 3 and 2 moons, to where Mars would make it number 4 and 1 moon. Now, Venus is the second planet, so we're going to take the second planet, Venus, and put it with the third planet, Earth, to where we're going to take Mercury, known as the first planet, and we're going to put it with the fourth planet, Mars. Now, if Mercury was the owner of the Earth moon because it's 1, and Venus was the owner of the Mars moon because it's 2, we're now going to put Mercury with Venus, and it would show up looking like this. The 4 dots of Mars to the 1 dot moon, Mercury. So now we can see or think that this moon that's in our sky is actually being directed, right, from Mercury. In where Venus, okay, would now be the 2 moons connecting to Earth, the third planet. But when you look at the third planet, you can see that Mercury has been installed inside. Now, when you see the fourth planet, you can see that Mercury, or the singular moon of Earth, bestowed inside, tying up the 2 planets. The difference between 3 and 4 is 0.5. They meet over here. 3 and 4, if I couldn't get to the center, then my outside of the center would always remain 3 and 4. And on the outside of that would be 2 and 5, and the outside of that would be 1 and 6. The skeleton. Understanding the skeleton, although it doesn't show what I say, it tells the exact same story. And then when it's shaped over here, it tells the exact same story. Hello, Douglas. Is Douglas McLean still on here? Say hi. It says say hi to Douglas, so I'm saying hi like that. It says hi, and then it says hi. I don't say hi to everybody. Let me see. Say hi, hi, hi. It's a little late. I'm coming to the end of this video, 2.5 hours. A1Z26, thank you, Cynthia, for help. Gematria calculator. Yes, so I can also do, Earth in Gematria is 5, 10, 11, 12, and 6, 18, which is the numeric value that's going to touch a 1 spirit of heaven, where the 1 is in control, and then that's going to connect to the sun. And 36 inches. It's funny the way we get 12 and 18. And Mars, okay, Mars, 1.5. When you get blackjack, 21, 1.5 times the wager. It's also noted to look like 3 to 2. 3 to 2 is the word M-A-R. It is also pig. It is also ram. Ram is Bélier, which is noted to be the first zodiac sign, which connects to what my thinking was about Mercury. So it's like we have headphones over the lunar moon, or it's the lunar moon separating the vibration into the Mars moons, or it can be the 2 Mars moons, right, bringing in to the singular Earth moon. It's either the Earth moon going out to 2 or the 2 going into 1. Is it 2-1? the letter U, or is it 1, 2, the letter L, 12th and the 21st letter? Also to note that because we work with 36, I'd like to have also what I call the alphabet shift. The alphabet cubic shift is when I take A, instead of A being over here on this side, A is now onto this side, and it becomes A6 and Z31, making, let me see the center of the alphabet, making M18 and N19, and 18.5 is now the heart of 36. 1, 8, and 5. A, H, and E. A, H, and E come together in this. Do we want to look at, now what is the 8? We have 1 and 5 as bookends. What is between 1 and 5? Okay, so let me jump from this to something I wanted to talk about yesterday that I said I would mention. Also, something I mean, I'm all over the place. I have no structure, so I can understand if people are, don't understand a lot of things. One day. It's always going to be, I'm starting with structure right now. Today is that day at this very moment, right? We spoke about 7, 8, and 9, how special 7, 8, and 9 are, right? 7, 8, and 9. We spoke about how special, how they move the letters from the ATM, how in French they say 77, meaning 77, or 99. We don't associate any other part, right? Even though in the 30s, you're going to associate the TY, okay, number 43, which is the red house, TY, 18 and 25, the spirit heaven with the house of bait, which is going to be 9 and 0, 2, right? It's going to go B and I, and BIRY, bury. The reverse of 18 is 9I. The reverse of 25Y, okay, is B2. B is holding, they're all the numbers will hold the 7th gate in a single cube, but forget about that. I shouldn't have mentioned that. I want to look what I was going to bring back for yesterday. Taurus, bagel hockey, right? Bagel hockey and Taurus. You put the stick in the middle to control, so I'm thinking about that. The word bear, the B is with the E family, the R is with the A family, saying bear. I know bear is awake and asleep, depending on the temperature in the winter time. So we also have to understand how to decorticate between that. And the queen shows her hat on an angle. When you show the hat on the angle, it now shows me an E that only goes halfway through. Don't show the back side, show the front side. Because the reality is with that, right? Reality is with this E here is, you ever see this? No, you see this. You create a letter like that, and then you say, oh, we'll make this the K. And you see these 2 lines here. Well, why can't I have one over here? So that would be my E, showing the E world is on this 45-degree angle, showing me why we have penetration with the Q letter, showing me that if I turned it on this angle, the cube, let me see if I can do this somewhere. If I did it on this angle, I'm going to join, right? Now, I didn't make this big enough, but what's going to happen is the 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 are going to be here, 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 and here on the corners. And the 2, 4, 6, 8 are going to be here, 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 and here. In French, they go meaning odd, or they go, I think it's written like this. I'm not really sure, odds and evens, right? But this one is evens. Did you know father in French is père, and mother in Hebrew is ima, like an I am, not the AM, but the I am. The birth in the 3 worlds, the birth in the Federation, right? The Federation. Why? The Federation stands right here. The 13th letter. When you put this together, it looks like that. When you break it apart, it looks like Roman numerals 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to be shutting down, unless you want to continue to listen on TikTok and watch it over here on YouTube. That's fine with me. So we can see the Federation comes over here. And when you put this together, A, B, C, D, E, F, right? It shows up on number 3. You know, there was somebody invited me to co-host. I don't remember. It showed up and it disappeared. Wow, somebody asked me to co-host, and I would have co-hosted it, but it disappeared. I don't know what happened. So let me see. Just give me 1 second to check something out. Yeah, we're dwindling down with the amount of people here. I don't like it. Can you switch to the good mic? French doors. Is the French door the one that spins? That can be Mars, right? Okay, let me read this. Why does the Latin alphabet? Okay, now let me tell you one thing before I read on. When you ask me a question, why does it? My answer isn't going to answer actually the why. Okay, why does it? Why did they do it? I'm going to tell you what it does tell me, but I'm not going to tell you why they did it, because I can never know why they did it. Why does the Latin alphabet, base 10 numeric system, decide divinations? Both of them are relatively recent, historically speaking. Base 12 and are older than base 10. If you show me the system, right? If you show me the system, I'll take a look at it. One of the things about base 10 or base 12 is, remember, you can have a lot of singularity, but unless that singularity goes somewhere, you never have more than the singularity. In this world, it's one. Well, in one of the worlds, it's 1 between 2. And then if I understood my math a little bit better, we either have it like this or we have a 9 face. If I split all these apart, I end up with, if I keep this and keep it to 2 cube, I end up with 8. If I put 1 in the center over here, let me just let me see something for a second. By putting 1 in the center, it'll give me 2, 1, 2. It'll give me a 2, 1, 1, 1 with all separated cubes, right? Now I only have 2, so if I went up and multiplied this by 3, I would have 6, 9, 6 equaling to 21 if I did that. I'm just trying to see something. I'd be missing how many cubes? 3, 6, right. So what I'm trying to show is this. You see this? If I would only separate these 2 apart this way, right? I either separate it apart that way. Now this, I'm going to have to flip this camera over and show you this. I'm going to try and explain this. You see, although we have Rubik's Cube, which is 3 cubed equaling to 27, right? We always have to understand we always need area space. So although you're going to see this, which will give me 27, or add on, you see this heart over here, right? See this heart right over here? I like to call that a heart. I take a block and I add a heart onto it. And I take a block and I add a heart onto it. Ends up making my cube. So I put this heart on here. Instead of having a 2 by 2, I now have a 3 by 3. And now if I put another heart over here, I'll have a 4 by 4. And each realm will give me 3 by 3, 4 by 4, etc. Always remembering, let's not count this because it's all going around this area over here. At the same time, remember we spoke before that rook movement? The rook movement goes along here and connects this cube. Then it goes along here, connects this cube.
and what it looks like. It does that, and then right over here, and this one does this, and it all connects to this cube over here, that singular cube. So now you're going to have 4 areas and 4 areas connected. So whatever these numbers are, if it's 4 areas, right, if it was off of the calculator, it'd be 30. And this bottom be 10. It'd be your 6 and 9, 15, your 7 and 8, 15, and your 10 on the bottom. Maybe we'll play the game of tennis. 10, sin. Actually, it ends anytime you see IS together, it is your birth and connecting the 2 worlds together equaling 28, creating that cycle. This is a 10-9, and it shows division. The ACE letter is a division letter. It's the left side, and it's the right side. It creates the H and the I, the N and the Z, and you have creation of the 7th gate. Star system of Mars. Could be Earth as well. I can't do it like this with Earth, right? Not unless I create it this way. I have to create that separation over here. Does the Britain flag show that separation over here in the center, or does it show it this way? Is it showing the Earth or the Mars? And like I said earlier on, the Mars and Earth, although this shows me Saturn, because on one side, right, Mars becomes Saturn, on the other side, Earth becomes Uranus. Anyways, I was working on something the other day that was pretty funny to me, right, and it's right over here. And why this was funny to me is because the 22nd president, right, was Grover Cleveland. Well, and it was, the 23rd was Ben Harris. I'm using the name shorter. 2 for B and 8 for H. It's just like now we have K, right? Camille, Cam, right? For 2, K is 2. And Harass, right? Osiris. And 8. Before we had, now we have D, J, T. And we also, I'm going to just replace this and show you that as the 45th and the 46th and the 47th. It's ironic that 23 and 23 equals to 46, which makes this equation perfect. But this one is less than what is double this, and this one is 1 more than. Almost like 1 went to this side and 1 went to that side, like a transfer. Do you follow what I'm saying? When I double this up, I have 1 less than 45. Once I pass the 23 and I double this up, I need to add 1 here when I double it. I need a minus 1 here when I double it. Can you go in your box, please? Yeah, we're just going to take a 1-minute break here for communication angle of transition. Cat, number 24. The cat is number 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Dividing of the 7th gate, 6 and 8. Cat. The monkey and the dog, the soul, where the spirit comes into the aether and you breathe it in and you communicate, right? 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 equals to 8 and 6. Cat, X, 24. Dog, Z, 26. 6 and 8, dividing of the 7th gate. V11, is that Earth? That's divided the 7th gate? Two and 5, 34, DC. 2 times 6 is 12, 2 plus 6. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to a total of 34. 34 is cold. 34 is blue. Blue and cold go to DC. Sorry, it goes to CD. I like to say the demo, right? I'd like to look at the sun and the moon system. The M will connect me to the moon. Just to let you know, the alphabet splits at 13.5. We spoke about this before. The orange ball and pool, right, are both the 13 and the 5. We know that it took red 27 and yellow 92 to create your 9-11 separation. That this is going to be 18 and 11, and this is going to be 14 and 9. 5 and 9, 9 and 2. This is going to go to the next level of this will be 23, and this one will be 29. And then this one will continue on many more levels, and then it'll reach this one over here. In fact, on the next level, right, of number 23, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, equaling to 6, equaling to 5, 5 and 6 equals to 11, and 6 equals 0, 1. 1, 1 in 1. That's our base creation, 6 and 5 in the IT system. The 29th day, right? I'm going to talk about Roman numerals. And 1776. Let me see where we are over here. Why does Latin alphabet and base 10? Let me see if I can look that up, what that means. Just give me a second. In the meantime, I do my own advertising. Let me read what that says. Why does the Latin alphabet and base 10 numeric system decide deviations? Why does the Latin alphabet and base 10 numeric system decide deviations? Both of them are relatively recent. Let me write this down. We have M, we have D, we have C, we have L, we have X, we have V, and I didn't put down the 1. I should have done this better than this. I'm going to do it M, D, C, M, D, C, L, X, V, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, reality sets in that this is what it is, right? But you can go 1x, you can go x1, you can go x11. And you can go x111 or x11. Now, this is telling me about 8, 7. This is telling me about 8. This one, but all the combinations do the same thing. Are they counting that themselves? Because if I did this one will tell me 4. So these are all multiple combinations. And if I'm talking about 8, I need 4 reflections. If I'm talking about 7, I got 3. There's a separation between here and here, between the usage of 3 elements and the usage of 4 elements. The same thing here, the usage of 2 elements, regardless of each one. Also to note that if I put a number to each one, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Or how about if we just did this? And if we did this, we'd have 1001 here, right? We'd have 505 here. We'd have 110. I guess the tower came down on 6, right? Right over here. This is where your base separation and communication is. If we did this over here, look, these two came together, 24. If we did these two over here, right, this will be, no, sorry, I made a mistake. I was thinking of the alphabet. My cat just sat on my whiteout somewhere over here. LL is 100. This is 110, right? This one over here is 505, and this is 1001. But in reality, the M, right, we're going to do it this way. MDCLXV1. Okay, and over here is 1000. 1 plus 0 is 1. Over here, the D, okay, is 500. 5 plus 0 is 5. The C is 100. 1 plus 0 is 1. The L is 50. 5 plus 0 is 5. The X over here is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. The V is 5, and the I is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's take, which one will we take? We're going to put the 1, 2, 3, S. We're going to go MDC, and then we're going to invert it, right, to what is I, V, X. So we inverted this, and then we're going to invert the L, right? And it'll just be another L. So the number will be 1, 5, 1, 5. So do you notice that it's exactly the opposite sides will always equal to that? It'll equal to, add it up, the reverse would be 2, 1, 2, 1. 5 and 5 is 10, 1 and 1 is 2. Do you follow what's going on with this over here? At the same time, it becomes the first two, the beginning over here in the 1500 you get in Monopoly, right, begins over here, 1500, 1 and 5. Your vibration sits in between this at 4, 3, 2 and 9, 8, 7, and 6. When I reduce it, I lose that reality of 900, 800, 700, 600. So I'm going to keep it, although it's 4, 3, 2 everywhere, to show you that it is everywhere. In reality, between 1 and 5 and 5 and 1 is not the same. Here I miss 4, 3, 2. 400, 300, 200. Over here I miss 900, 800, 700, 600. It's from outside. It's from an area of 4. When you do the area 4, you put the comma over here. So should I be counting all 4 of these? Should I eliminate this one? Should I eliminate this one? Should we count that there's an association between here and here and an association between and here? $13.5, the orange ball, right? To get the orange, we need this. The numeric value for red is 27 and yellow is 92. Or how about 911 coming together in orange? The soul is number 67. Water is 67. We already saw that in Earth and Mars, Earth 52.7, Mars 51. Just trying to see where Mars is in here. Mars 51.7. So now what we're going to do, I spoke about the Rubik's Cube, right? You remember what I said? It's 3 cubed. But the thing is, like with circles, right? When I bring these two together, these two are apart. When I bring, I'm just trying to do it again. These two together, right? Okay. When I bring these two together, I put this one in between, I put these two on this side, and it looks like this. See the opposite? When I look at this one over here and I go in 3 rows, okay, although you have this, it'll be multiplied by 3, you'll end up with 6, 9, 6. And this one over here, you'll end up with 9, 6, 9. You might think it's silly, but when I show you the rest of the work, I mean, over the last 20 years, you'll see that it's that reality, right? It's that reality. We have the one birth in the center to the 2 moons. And I'm not really happy about that. It's the first time I've really done this in a long time. But what I'm going to show you next is back to this, right? So you can see it's duplicating right over here. We're -1. We come to -1. Our rotation changes over here between 23 and 24. The C and the D, the mirror of Mars to the creation of Earth, right? If I went to 69, over here would be 70 and 68. But in actuality, it would be 66. This one would be 23, 23. And this one over here would be 72. So this one I'd be missing 2. This one I'd be missing, I'd be down 2 and over by 2 and under by 2. So all these situations, even though I'm not giving you more than an understanding of a situation, okay? Can you go in your home? Go in your home. Go in your home. Go. Go in your home. Go. There you go. Go in the home. Go. Go. Shh. There you go in the home. Go. Shh. Come here. Whoa. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Do you understand when we move things up in their sector? This is what I ripped out. This is what I ripped out. You see, I moved it 23, 46, 69, 92, 24, 48, just to understand what goes where when we achieve certain numbers. Also understand lower levels of numbers. 29, 27 is 3 by 9 equals to 27. If I had to get to 38, I'm either going to use the 3 or the 4, right? I need to use all of them, right? But that'll be 3 by 13 minus 1. The 13 is actually going to be a 3 or a 4. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will change my dynamics to what is 12 and what is 9. You follow what I'm saying? I reduce things. Everything is a base 9, right? Everything is the base of 9 numbers. That's it. But through these 9 numbers, okay, there's paliers, there's levels of other numbers. Yeah, so now there's nobody here, but I wanted to show the 1776, and I'm going to do this on at the end on both of these machines, right? So I'm going to show you on both of these machines to 1776. And then we're going to end it once I do the 1776. So much more to do. I'm going to do a little bit of writing after. So, so in 1776, which also could be noted as M, D, C, C, L, X, X, V, 1. M is 1000, just mark 1. D is 500. C is 100. C is 100. L is 50. X is 10. X is 10. V is 1. And 1 is 1. Do you notice that everything is 4, 3, 2? But what's ironic about this is we have M1 and the outside, let's put it this way, right, 1. The second level is D and then V. This one is 5 and this one is 5. Then we go to C on the third one here. We're going to go to C, and that one is 1, and then it's X over here, and that one is 1. 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1. Now we go to the next C, and that one's 1. Now we go to the next X. Whoop. Now we go to the next X. And that one's 1. And now we have the L in the center. The L in the center, that splits it all up. We have 1, 5, 1, 1, and over here we have 1, 1, 5, 1. November 11th of 2024 is going to be a huge, November, which is the 11th month, right? On the 5th day is a huge event going on. 511, I think, is for the towing or the tow truck, right? What is a 511 CB code? 10.3 says 10.2, I can't hear you. Okay, okay, I can hear you. 10.3, stop transmitting. Wait, I have to do this again. What is the 511 highway? What is the 511 highway code? Transportation traffic information. It's also Earth Uranus. The 511 is also to note is what's going to say key. E5. I forget why it says key. Oh, the 25th letter is Y. The 11th letter is K. The 5th letter is E. The 25th letter is Y. So it says key. 511. So we see what happens with 1776, and also what happens with 1776. Is it 1776? (16 times 111, which is the heart, okay, of 36 numbers, equals 1776. When I add up 1 through 8, noted I did not use a 5 or a 7, right? That's our connection. That's our electric moon, our connection, the male and the female connection, your 5G. Here it's 24, the divided gate by 74, which is Jesus, which is the gateway in your mirror world, your 4, your delta angle. When you add up this row, it's 28, the cycle. When you add up this row, it's 39. When you add up this row, it's 28. 7 times 4 equals 28. 7 plus 4 equals 11. 11 and 28 equals to 39. Angel, man. 39, 28. If I put in the woe 38, it creates 11. You know the woe you add up on? Well, that's a 38, 11, if we add that on. So we can see what's happening. Now, here's something pretty ironic, because when you bring the E into the I into the E world, right? How do you bring a 9 into a 5? Right? No, it's your birth, and your birth is because your birth is a D4. Bring it adding on, right, into the E world 5. But you have to double piggyback into it, because you have to be born into it, and then you have to live in the heavens of you and of the system you live, which gives you your sky pass. 55, which is 25 and 10 equals to 35. 5 by 5 by 5, your GBs. Your gigabytes, your 512 gigabytes coming into this world. The cube heart is at 3.5. This is number 27, Inside the House of Bait. This is created by 76, which is 42 and 13. A, B, C, D comes together to create your 10 passage to come in through the sun system. 5 and 4 is the sun system. So you have Einstein. And you can see the beginning and the end of the words are the same. EIN equals to 28 and 28. S and T equals to 39. It creates the same value between the two. Einstein equals to 95. You're born into the E world as your creation of the second sign of the zodiac, which is the seventh sign. The word horse is number 65. Controlled, or the opposition of the mouse, number 39. Let's call it the rat, under the house of the Saturn star system. 93. To note that we also have beast, right? Or Muhammad. Or Takpans, right? 24 and 17 is 41 and 14, 55 and 19, 74, also reducing, because S is plural. I reduced the sky system pass. Muhammad, okay, equals to 74, and it doesn't get reduced because there is no S. Beast doesn't have the S at the end, so I'm not sure if we'll do a full reduction, a half reduction, or no reduction at all. Notice the S and T are at both ends. The T is your gateway to 6. This is your 6 and 7 right over here using gematria. I'm going to put the camera a lot all over the place. I think we've done enough here for today. I want to thank you for watching on TikTok. And if you'd like to join me next time, right, that's great. Let me see. They said I was going to be invited to guest, so before I shut down the TikTok, I want to see what's going to happen over there, because I keep bringing up the same stuff. First of all, it's about basically, I know, the same stuff over and over, again and again. It keeps happening. And until I get order, it's going to always look the same until you ask me the question so we can better understand this. The woman. This area of space right here is the connection. And when you take a breath, deep breath right down into the belly, down in the bottom over here, and you let go, what a beautiful feeling that is. That is so amazing. If I only had the patience, or took the patience, or made the patience. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, so we're going to end this video. Thank you for being here. If you can help the channel, that's going to be absolutely super stupendous. Get myself a new camera and a whole bunch of other things. I still have to warm my coffee. You know that? You still have to do some work in life, right? What can I say about 9? 5 and 9 are together. 9 flips over to become your 6th life. 6 connected, okay? The 6 and the 8 are connected by the 7th gate by virtue of the communication of the cat inside the aether, or the energy that gives it the possibility for that energy or communication to pass through what I understand are those moons. Peace and love. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again.